not a YouTuber, just like making videos. And on this video, you know, if anybody who's familiar with my body of work knows that I always defend my position and stand by my words. You know what I'm saying? I recently released a video that caused a firestorm against Roman Atwood. This guy. You know what I'm saying? And my you know what I'm saying, opinion about him stays the same. And you know, and I recently changed the name to that video. One, to prove that no, I'm not trying to get any sort of YouTube fame for mentioning his name, and another reason, because he has, you know what I'm saying, he has some zealous type fans. You know what I'm saying? Most of them are kids. They're teeny boppers. You know, and the thing is, I'm not gonna just. So hopefully they won't come to this video, or maybe the ones that are just a little bit more sensible finds this video, because I'm not going to sit and just babysit my comment section. And in fact, my video was a message to Roman Atwood. Now, this dude's a grown man. I'm assuming he's a grown man, but to look at, you know what I'm saying, the mentality, you know what I mean, of his cheerleaders, I'm like, that's, you know what I'm saying, it's disturbing. You know what I mean? I would be, you know what I mean, somewhat ashamed of myself if I'm, you know what I'm saying, if I have a fan base with this sort of, you know what I'm saying, mindset and so forth. And it was going into the whole thing of hood pranks. Now, I would say that, you know, if I was to come across Roman Atwood's videos a month ago or whatever, I wouldn't think nothing of it. I think that they're stupid, you know, sort of offensive. But since, you know what I'm saying, some information was revealed to me, you know what I'm saying, and that video coincides with a video I released prior to that, you know, just like this video, and it goes into the concept of hood pranks and so forth. And you know, and I'm just talking about how devious it is, you know. And as far as my last video, I would say that over 90% of the people who clicked on it did not watch it. You know, I understand that a lot of Atwood's fans, these kids don't have the type of attention span to make it through 20 minutes of video. You know, even if I add music. You know, and so in my last video, midway through, I could have just started talking about dinosaurs. You know what I mean? They would have not picked, hardly anybody would have picked up on it, because they didn't watch the video in its entirety. So it's not like people say, hey, wait a minute, you know, halfway through the video you start talking about the Allosaurus and the Triceratops and so forth. You know, you see what I mean? And reading the comments, it has only reinforced everything that I was saying. You know what I'm saying? It justifies, you know, if anything, you know what I'm saying, it made my opinion about the subject matter even stronger. You know, I'm like, it doesn't help your case if you're thinking that I'm being insensible, and that for you to react with so much meaningless banter. And therefore I felt that this guy was a racist. Now, I'm not saying he's some sort of a stone cold neo-Nazi or Ku Klux Klan, but there's certain subtle type racism that actually exists, that people may be in denial of themselves. You know, people can be a homophobe, anti-Semitic, racist, you know, a glutton, a narcissist, a masochist, and not know it. They're denied to themselves, say, oh, I'm not like that. But then I'll look at someone's actions and so forth. And these videos, these hood prank videos, and I'm not saying that this guy Atwood was the only guy doing it. I'm like, he's just part of the, he's a major player and a part of a problem. And no, I'm not saying that all his videos he targets black people. But hence, going to his videos, reading his comments, and I'm seeing things that, you know, a lot of other people see, and I'm reading certain comments. So therefore, I don't, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying, jump into the waters without testing it first. I'm not going to react or something unless I give a critical analysis. If I watch, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of material, and I've been watching a week of this, of the hood pranks, you know what I'm saying, videos by multiple factions, you know, and then, you know what I'm saying, I've been looking at the comment sections, and this is how I made, you know what I'm saying, made my judgment and so forth. And any black person who thinks that this is not racist, I have no, then I guess, you know what I mean, you don't find those little characters or cartoons racist and so forth. And you know what I'm saying, and speaking on that, you know, saying that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm only choosing at only certain Atwood's videos and so forth, and that is, I think about Coal Black and the Seven Dwarfs, a cartoon produced by Warner Brothers, Merry Melodies. Now, would you say that, you know, every cartoon produced by Merry Melodies, especially back in those days, were they racist? You know what I mean? No, but this one was. You know, it went into what darky iconography, you know what I'm saying? Iconography, darky iconography. And you know what I'm saying, when I go into this animation, you know what I'm saying, that was not uncommon in that era. The dude who produced it, a guy named Clampton, you know, and when he produced this cartoon, you know, people say he wasn't a racist because he actually went to black nightclubs, you know what I'm saying, and seen how black people talk and how black people dance to produce this cartoon, that he actually hung around black people and socialized with them, mingle with them to get, even I think some blacks were involved in the making of this animation, but it was still racist. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean, it doesn't matter if this guy Atwood, he claims that he likes black people, when he admitted, which people confirmed, I'm telling you, people in the comment section pretty much reinforced what I was saying. You know, I'm like, they actually hurted him rather than help him and so forth. And it goes into what I say about people not having the ability to properly process information. You know, I know my last video I came out with all guns blazing. This one I'm going to be a little bit more cool and level-headed. But when he said, Atwood stated that he particularly targets black people because he likes their reaction. You know what I'm saying? I had to say, hold up. Now, what reaction does black people give does he like? You know what I'm saying? Does his fans like? You know what I mean? It's that whole being confrontational, being belligerent, being hostile, that whole overreacting, basically acting the same, the way that people predicted they were acting. You know what I mean? Ghetto, hoodish, or whatever. Hood is just another code word for black, because a lot of times these hood pranks, they're not exactly in the hood. They'll be in like a metro area at a bus stop, you know what I'm saying, around black people and so forth. And it's poking fun at, you know what I'm saying, at people's situations, not just black people, but impoverished people. For instance, this guy Atwood has also poked fun at homeless people. Me personally, I think this dude is a detestable human being. I don't find him funny at all. I don't think he has any personality nor any charisma. What he's doing is simply not unique. You know what I'm saying? If someone does, I'm not getting on him about his pranks, but he has a slew of videos targeting blacks. And then when you say what reaction, you know what I mean? If I'm watching a prank video, I should be amused by a multiple reactions. Whether they, you know what I'm saying, whether people are frightened, people are panicked, you know what I'm saying, people are surprised, people are crying, people want to call the police, you know what I'm saying, people want to be confrontational and so forth. But, you know what I mean, but then you have to factor in the long history of racism between blacks and whites. and then me going into the comment section and seeing the you know what I'm saying, the most upvoted comment be a straight racist comment, like the farting in the hood comment, or a prank. When someone says he said farting in the Planet of the Apes, and everybody it thumbs it up or whatever. So this guy Atwood should babysit his comment section. I can see if he would be like, well, all racist replies would be deleted and you will be banned or whatever, but no, he simply doesn't care. And you have to recognize the type of emotions that are involved. But I understand this is YouTube. You don't have to be politically correct, but you know what I'm saying, you do have to face, you know what I'm saying, the backlash. Now going into the Hood Pranks videos all together. Here, I'm not alone with this. Check this clip out.
So let's just get right into it. You guys think that it's funny to go to bad parts of town, quote unquote, and basically provoke people to want to kick your ass. That's what you guys think is entertaining.
Well, we don't think it's funny. We just get requests by a lot of people, and they say, you know, we prank everywhere, and you know, they just tell us.
So how come you haven't gone to a Jewish neighborhood or an Italian neighborhood or a predominantly Asian neighborhood or a predominantly Spanish low-income neighborhood or just a regular predominantly white trash neighborhood where people would equally get upset? Because when I look at it, I look at you guys like you're fucking with black people because it's funny. Almost like these little Daquan little memes that go around where everybody thinks this ghetto shit is funny. That's how I look at it.
All right.
Now, as you see there, that was Ibero, you know what I mean, and I've covered this. I covered this and I showed this clip in my first Hood Pranks video. That, you know what I'm saying, that people are really, you know what I'm saying, up in arms about this. So it ain't just me. Even Ed Lover, you know, of Come On Son, Ed Lover, you know, talked about these hood pranks or whatever, and these dudes are going to get their ass kicked. And he said, why do black people act this way? But then he goes into the police or whatever, and black people's horrible history inside this country. And then you have to factor in that sometimes people are individuals. There's just people who have chips on their shoulders. Then you go into the poor areas where people are a little bit more on edge. People who's waiting on a bus stop. People may have a hard day. So there's a whole lot of things to factor in. But you know what I'm saying? Atwood doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? He's making his money and whatever. I'm like his child, you know what I'm saying, his under 21 fan base, because I assume that 90% of his fan base are kids. You know what I mean? The people who's not, you know what I mean? That's why I said, for him to actually sit through 20 minutes of my video, it'll be like them doing a homework assignment. I understand school's out. These are the same people that like listening to Odd Future, Wolfgang, Kill 'Em All, or whatever that name that rap group is. So you know what I'm saying? There's obviously I'm not going to get any logic from there, but yes, what he's doing is straight up wrong. And what's going on? The Hood Pranks, you know what I'm saying, all together. I'm looking at it's the bigger picture. It's like, I don't know how do you describe it, or what's the name of when people see that artwork where one picture is part of a whole bigger picture, but one picture can stand by itself. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's like here. He's just a picture, and I do feel that, yeah, my stance is I'm trying to raise awareness because people are going to get hurt. You know what I mean? Because it's in the world of the internet, we have a lot of copycats. Whatever is hot, people mimic. Yeah, and Hood Pranks is hot. It hasn't. A lot of people haven't figured out what's going on. When they saw my video, like, oh, what's Pinhead talking about and so forth. Especially, you know what I'm saying. It's sorry to go off on that path there, but yeah, going into Hood Pranks, and you know, I've seen, and as I said, it's not. Sometimes it's just a play on words. You know what I'm saying? And and the thing is, if you're not part of a group of people, you know what I mean, if you're on the outside, you have to expect backlash. If I made a video, you know what I'm saying, poking fun of, mocking, agitating Jewish people, agitating homeless people, you know what I mean, I'm getting a bunch of views. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of kickback for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not part of this group, but I'm making fun and I'm agitating a certain group of people that I am not part of. So therefore, it's only logical for these people to fire back. You know what I mean? Because what's going on is a whole lot of misconception and misinformation. But every time with black people, they've always said, calm down, this is not racist, this is not new. You know what I mean? This goes back into Cold Black and the Seven Dwarfs. When whites used to make this, what is called darky iconography, you know, and so forth. And they said, oh, this is not racist. Oh, calm down. They constantly, when they put on blackface, they say, oh, this is not racist or whatever. When they did their movies or whatever and had black stereotypes, you know, so, oh, why are black people getting riled up for it and so forth? But you know what I mean? Everything, you know what I'm saying? And those who don't, you know what I'm saying, acknowledge, you know what I'm saying, history or whatever, is doomed to repeat it. You know what I mean? I'm seeing the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's like a scratched record at this point, you know, and so forth. Racism, racial stereotypes, you know what I'm saying, they don't go away. You know what I mean? They just transform, you know, and into other mediums, and you have to be able to catch it, you know. And some of these proprietors, like Roman Atwood, he may not, maybe this guy is really, you know what I'm saying, there's no foul play. He does not know what he's doing, and that doesn't mean that someone is still not. If anything, he's exploiting a situation and so forth. You know what I mean? Now, so whether he's racist or not, I admit that's debatable. But what's not debatable is, you know what I'm saying, is he's exploiting these people or so forth. That the whole, his whole crutch to his joke is the fact that these pranks are, is that these are black people, ghetto people. You know what I mean? It wouldn't work or it wouldn't be as funny, and therefore you want to see a reaction. That right there is the key. And I think about it, if Atwood, let's say he's on primetime TV or got his own show and he did this and he admitted that he targeted black people for a certain reaction, man, he'll get so much backlash. If he had sponsors, his sponsors would withdraw. He'll take a lot of heat, you know, and so forth. And here on YouTube, people are up in arms because, me, you know what I mean, a dude who, you know, who can barely average 200 views, and people get, you know what I'm saying, they get their feathers ruffled. You know what I'm saying? They get their jimmies ruffled, you know what I mean, because of my videos. So therefore, there has to be truth to it. And out of all the asinine comments, there's only a couple of people that properly that tried to give me an honest critique, that actually listened to my words, and I respect it, even if you disagree with me. But a lot of these people are like, oh, you're jealous of Atwood, you're jealous and this and that. Some people have just wanted to call me racial epithets. I'm like, this doesn't hurt your case, you know what I mean? It doesn't hurt Atwood's case or whatever, you know what I mean? It's just when you resort to this sort of having a childish tantrum, and hence and here's another hypocrisy. And people like watching the videos just to see black people's reaction, and hence me being a black person reacting to Atwood, so therefore they should like mine. So hence, if you like black people's reaction, they're belligerent or whatever, or they're animated, and I make a video reacting to